will build.
Okay. Now here we were training each of the components of the combination of classifiers independently of each other in ensembles. In cascades, we were training sequentially, but the sequential training that we had was on subsets of data. So we get all the data at the root node, and then we split it into two disjoint subsets, okay, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive subsets, and then we split them further into using their children and so forth, and we were doing that. There is another way of combining classifiers which is called boosting, where we sequentially, the sequence in which the classifiers are trained or the weak learners are trained, that matters. Similar to how we have in the cascade, but they don't split the data. That all the classifiers that are trained in a sequence, they are trained on all data. So basically what we will have is that we will have the training data. Okay, this is your data, and this data will give us a let's say model 1. Okay, and then we will test the model 1, see where it is making a mistake, and based on that we will reassign weights to the data. These are not weights to the dimensions of data, these are weights to the points, the samples or individual samples of the data. So we will increase the weights of those data points that are misclassified. Okay, so what that means is that now we want the next model to pay closer attention to the data points that were misclassified, so that it basically classifies them better. So we will take the error of this classifier, and based on that we will assign weights to the misclassified points, and then we will use the data again. Okay, and we will get model 2, and so on and so forth. And then we will combine these models, not necessarily with the same weight. In ensemble we had different weights, here we will have had the same weights, here we will have different weights. So we will have W1, W2 and W3. Depending on if model 1 is overall performing better, we will give it higher weight. If model 3 is performing better, we will give it higher weight, and so forth. And then we will combine them, we will take a weighted average decision. Okay, that is your model. So here the sequence in which they are trained matters. Okay, it is not like we independently train them and we average the decision. Plus it's a weighted average. It's not as if we are giving equal weight to all the models. Okay, so there's a particular type of a boosting algorithm called adaptive boosting or AdaBoost. Okay, essentially what it does is it starts with uniform weights for all data points. Okay, and then it trains the individual model in rounds. In each round it will create a bootstrap sample. That means it will subsample some of the data points. Okay, and basically it will use the weights. Initially weights are all the same, but the weights will change as we go down the training. It will train a classifier and apply it to the original training set, and all the wrongly classified points will have their weights increased, so that in the next model they are better classified. Okay, if they are classified, if the records are correctly classified, then their weights will be decreased. The error rate has to be over 50%, in the sense lower than 50%. Otherwise it's not a weak learner, it is doing worse than chance. So as long as it does better than chance, we will keep it. Otherwise we will start again, and then we will reassign the weights to the points, and based on that we'll also assign the weight to the entire model itself, and based on that we will find a weighted average of the models. So now let's look at this in more detail. Okay, so first we will write the algorithm and then we will visualize it. So basically, let's say you have the training data set S. Okay, so we will initialize all the weights for the data. So we will call it D1. Okay, and this set of weights is just going to be 1 by m. Just 1 by n, so each point has the same weight. Okay. And then we will train T classifiers. So for T in 1 to capital T, so we'll train capital T classifiers. So we will first we'll learn the classifier. Learn weak learner. Okay, this is the Tth weak learner on these weights dt and the training set S. Okay, so this has to be a classifier that can give different weight to different training points. What is different? Giving different weight to different training points. For example, your loss is usually an average loss over each training point. Instead of average, it could be a weighted average, and that weight can be increased based on the boosting algorithm. Okay, so it has to be able to take different weights, not just equal weights. Okay, so it will be a weighted loss, for example, weighted cross entropy, weighted mean square error, etc. Okay. So now what we will do is we'll compute how good this classifier is. So we will compute something called epsilon t. So this is for the Tth model, and this is going to be we will compute the weight for all the we will compute the error for all the training points. Okay, so what is the error for all the training points? Basically, this is sum over all the training points I, and this is going to be using the weights that we had for this point, and we will take a weighted average of ones if there is an error and zeros if there is no error. So here we will have whether your output yi, okay, when it is not equal to your target value ti, when it is not equal to the predicted yi. Okay, alright, and this is for this weak learner. So when they are not equal, then we will take this weighted error. And now your weight of the classifier is good if it makes less error. So this is going to be some sort of inverse of epsilon t. So this is a 1 by 2 log of 1 by epsilon t minus 1. Okay. So if the classifier makes less error, its weight will increase, the model's weight will increase, otherwise it will decrease. Now for all training points, we want to recompute the weights dt, dti, so that the next model is able to concentrate on the ones where this previous model made mistakes. Okay, so what we are going to do is that this di of t plus 1, okay, is going to be like a softmax. Okay, it will give greater weightage to the points that have error. So what we will have is dit, okay, exp, right, minus wt minus wt, and then we will have this ti times yi. Okay, so if they have the same sign, all right, if they have the same sign, then we will get a lower value. If they have opposite sign ti, so now ti and yi, they all belong to plus 1 or minus 1. Okay, then they are going to have otherwise we are going to have a large sign, and then divided by sum of the whole thing with j for all the points. So this loop will proceed for t steps. Okay, and your final decision is going to be that your decision is going to be sine of, so we are just taking -1 and +1, weighted average. So this is going to be t is equal to 1 to t. Okay. Wt and the output that we get. Okay. So the tth output. So for the ith point, the tth output. If this is confusing, then we can change some of these t's, because there are two t's. We can change this to, let's say, if the training is proceeding in steps. So let's say we want to have m different models. Let's say I haven't used m anywhere, right? So m is equal to 1 to capital M. So here we will have dm. Okay, here we will have m, and here we will have m. Okay, and here also we will have m. Here again we will have m. M. This will also be m. This will also be m. Okay, so where t is the target value and m is the mth model. And this is the prediction for the mth model. Okay. So if we keep it like that, I think it's going to be clear that how it is combining different classifiers. So the models that have higher accuracy, they're going to have a higher weight, and then any point that is misclassified, that is going to have a higher weight for the next class and so forth. So now if these are weak learners, so what is a weak learner? This weak learner could simply be, for example, a threshold classifier or a linear classifier and so forth. So if we want to visualize this, for example, for threshold classifiers, then we could have something that is like one weak learner is like this, the another weak learner is like that, another weak learner is like that, and based on that we could have like multiple weak learners, and they all get combined to give a correct decision. And it has sort of an ensembling effect, except that the weights of all the constituents are not the same. The weights are decided by how accurate that particular learner is. And this particular AdaBoost has been very successfully applied in face detection. So before deep learning, there was a Viola-Jones face detector that basically used these simplified filters to derive features from the images and just combine them using AdaBoost, and it did a very good job. And you can find it in OpenCV, for example, without using neural networks. It was a very decently accurate face detector for images that has been used for various applications, and it is based on AdaBoost. So with this, we come to an end of this lecture. I hope you have a better sense of how to combine weak learners to make stronger learners. Thank you.